Katie? Long day today?
Not so bad. What are you still doing out on the line? I would have thought all of you would be asleep by now.
Sir Topham's been having us run a late-night passenger service twice a week for people who have urgent needs to get from place to place. I understand why it's necessary, and luckily we all work it in turns. Tonight just happened to be mine.
Goodness, won't you be tired tomorrow?
No doubt, but lucky for me I get the morning to sleep and catch up on any rest I missed tonight.
Lucky you. Not for me though. My signal box shift starts at 6:30 AM every single day. No exceptions.
Bust my buffers! I'll never understand why you all work yourselves so much. Speaking of which, what happens to the junctions at night after you leave?
Well, tonight is Henry's flying kipper delivery to the mainland, and he's the only train through here tonight until tomorrow. So I just set the points there until the night shift signalman arrives.
Ah, I see. So Henry's due through soon. Perhaps I'll stick around and say hello.
Actually, he was due through here about a half hour ago. That's odd.
Huh. I don't recognize that diesel horn.
Shh, shh. Stay quiet.
Fenders and fireboxes. What are those diesels doing with Henry?
I'm not sure.
Maybe he just broke down and they're bringing him to the works? I don't know.
I don't know. That one diesel didn't look familiar. I'm going to get to the bottom of this.
Cinders and ashes, what's got you all crowded around here?
Why don't you see for yourself?
Oh, Dougie, I heard tell that you've been missing me. Donnie, you're finally home! I am proud. I feel better than ever and ready to work. Oh, I'm so glad you're all right. That accident scared me half to death. You almost crashed so hard into my trucks.
All right. Settle down, Percy. There's no need to pop a piston. Welcome back, Donald. I'm pleased to see your repairs went smoothly.
I feel like a brand new engine. How's Diesel been, by the way? Here I am, and doing just fine. Welcome back, Donald. Good to see you again. I don't know what got into those trucks that day that caused our accident.
We do. It was those no-good Bumblebee Diesel twins that shunted your train.
You're serious? Where are those two? I'm going to rip their oil tanks out. Well, about that, they're gone. What the hell do you mean they're gone? They just left. They disappeared without anyone seeing them. And worst of all, I think they kidnapped Henry. He's been missing ever since a week after your accident. We don't know where he is. We've tried searching along the main line for him all along, see if he crashed, but still nothing. Lord sakes, it seems I've missed more than I realized. We found his kipper on the main line the morning after. I even delivered it to the mainland where I talked to Lady. She promised to do some investigating of her own and report back, but it's been a few days and I haven't heard a peep. Well, that's concerning. Maybe she's just busy? But it's not like her to say nothing. Maybe I could visit Barrow later. Well, you do have a goods train due to Crowens Gate later today. If it's alright, I'd like to stay here and catch up with Donnie. Me over your work? How I'm honored! Didn't make me regret this. Oh, no worries. I could take the train for you. But if you're taking the train, who will watch the yard? I can do it. I've worked here before, and there's no harm in sharpening in my old shunting skills. Besides, it's the least I could do. Really? Oh, thank you, Percy. That's very kind.
Indeed, how generous. But you really don't have to keep apologizing.
Well, the accident could have been prevented entirely if I just hadn't run out of coal. Did you not get the chance to fill up before taking the train? Get this. I couldn't. Because while one twin messed with your trucks, the other caused an accident at Tidmouth and blocked all the coal hoppers. And they're not even here to take revenge on. This just gets worse and worse. Thomas, where are you going? Thomas? Henry's situation just doesn't make sense. I need to find more clues. Wake up, Kettle! You're being moved!
What? Who are you? Why don't you tell me where I am?
No! Would you shut your mouth? Prisoners are not allowed to speak!
What are you talking about?
I said quiet! Can't you follow the most simple instructions?
That's enough, Theodore. Let the pathetic engine get his bearings first.
Wait, it's you. You're the diesel that crashed my train.
Ah, brilliant. You can point out the obvious.
What do you want with me?
To put it simply, it's not you yourself that I want.
It's your island.
Buzz off. I told you and your men to handle the munition.
Last time I checked, I don't take orders from you. Don't forget who's really in charge.
Yeah, but we still have our deal.
Sure, for however much longer you want to cooperate.
Enough. Just leave the business with these steam kettles to me. As much as that man grinds my gears, he is correct. He and I share a common goal, acquiring your island. Our diesels believe the age of steam must come to an end, and your little museum of an island isn't doing us any favors. So we've decided to take matters into our own buffers, so to speak.
By kidnapping us? Who else do you have back here? If you've touched any of my friends, I swear.
Pipe down before you burst a valve. You're our first catch from Sodor. We caught a snoop just a few days ago that has some history with you Sudrians.
Let me go right now, or else...
Or else what? What could you, a worn-out hunk of metal, possibly do to a much superior and modern design such as myself? Face it, Steam Kettle, your time is up. The sooner you accept that, the easier things will be for all of us.
Cinders and ashes, is it that difficult to be gentle?
Be quiet! This is your final warning! I won't tell you again!
What a rude little box.
Oh, pay him no mind. He's all bark and no bite.
What the? Lady? They got you too?
I'm afraid so. I noticed Ari and Bert leaving Sodor a few days ago and followed them here. Before I could sneak away, they got me.
How long have I been here? I woke up a few days ago and none of the diesels would talk to me. Except to tell me to be quiet.
You've been gone from Sodor for 2 weeks now. Everyone's been looking for you and they're all really worried. If it helps, we're somewhere on the mainland. We're really far inland, very far away from Barrow. Some rural smelter's yard that's barely in service anymore.
Just great, we're completely isolated from any possible help we could get.
And they took all of our coal when they brought each of us here, so no one can just start our fire and get us out.
What a bummer, huh?
Whoa, I didn't even notice you two.
Nice to meet you. I'm Whiff.
And my name's Charlie.
And we've been here for quite some time.
So when that big diesel said I was the only capture from Sodor...
It means he's been capturing steam engines from the mainland for who knows how long, and he doesn't plan on stopping.
What do you think of your brand new yard, Edward? Oh, it's quite lovely. There's plenty more room in the sidings now. Though I must say I'm going to miss my turntable. I'm glad you like it. Not bad for a newfangled crane like me, huh? Don't be silly now. You were never newfangled. Quite the opposite, in fact. Puh. All right, James. I'll take the bait. What's troubling you?
Everyone is ignoring me. They're treating me like some kind of outcast.
Has it slipped your mind what you did at the sheds?
No, it hasn't. I didn't mean to knock Percy off the rails. Maybe I got a little puffed up, but I had every reason to.
What possible reason could you have had to act that way?
I thought I made it quite clear when I told you what Diesel did to me.
That's just it. You keep saying that he did something, but you won't clarify what it was.
Because it's still hard for me to talk about. What happened recently with Henry going missing, being derailed, it happened to me.
What are you talking about?
Do you remember that night when the mainland's engine was broken down and I had to take the train further? When I least expected it, some trucks ran down a hill and derailed me. They knocked me out, but not before I very clearly saw Diesel roll up alongside his leader, or whoever it was. Some big Diesel with a claw.
Oh my, I never knew this. What happened after?
I woke up in the engine works near Barrow. Gordon must have found me on his way down the line because he and the controller were there too. I didn't talk much about what happened to them either.
Think about this for a second. You say you saw Diesel, which you most likely did, but if he's as bad as you say he is, then how is it you ended up alive and unharmed in the works and not in a scrap pile?
Well,
Your goods train is ready now, by the way. I have to go to the docks and pick up some trucks. Just think about what I said, please.
The sawdust scrap iron screamed like a frail little bird when we caught him. Hardly surprising, I heard from some of his friends that he used to be scared of the rain of all things.
That's just pathetic. What are we even keeping these engines around for? As some sort of trophy? The only way that steam engines should be seen in these yards is as useless, melted-down hunks of scrap. Ease up, Jeremy, would you? Don't make the last days alive any worse than they already are. What? I can't have a little fun for myself? What he means is quit it before you piss off the boss.
Listen to your friend. I'd hate to see you get into trouble for acting like an immature little brat.
You watch your mouth if you know what's good for you.
Wow, you're really brave. I've never seen anyone stand up to those Diesels before.
Anyone else? Do you mean that there were others here before us?
Unfortunately so. It's one thing to be moved to this side of the yard, but to be moved again? That time you don't come back.
Bust my buffers!
It's no big deal. Whiff and I have been in these sidings for years now.
Indeed we have. We didn't know each other before, but we were actually caught around the same time. Charlie came in a few weeks after me. Others came and went. Not to sound morbid, but I don't know why they haven't killed us yet.
Where did you two work before getting caught?
I worked as a station pilot at a small station on the mainland. There weren't many engines or people around that often, which is probably why it was so easy for them to...
And I worked at a waste dump. Nothing but trucks of rubbish to keep me company. But it was my happy place, and I loved it. Unfortunately, loud, clunky machinery makes for the perfect cover of noise to steal an engine in the dead of night.
How lovely of you both to get our newest arrivals up to speed. Yikes. I'm glad we have this opportunity to talk face to face. I like to make myself acquainted with the steam engines I rip to bits.
Why are you doing this?
I already told you we want your island. You and all of your worthless kettles are undeserving of it. Your entire railway makes a mockery of the inevitable modernization that's taking the railways by storm. So, it needs to be dealt with.
And I have some personal business to finish up with your controller.
Don't you even think about hurting Sir Topham Hatt.
That's none of your concern.
You're never going to get away with this! Neither of you!
You stay out of this. You three are lucky enough to even still be on these rails. Our new friend here, as much as I hate it, has value to me.
What the hell for?
The information you possess is most valuable. I can offer you this deal once, and only once. Tell us the best way to capture another one of your friends, and maybe we'll let you go free when it's done.
Not so fast. Tell us the best way to sneak onto the island undetected. You engines aren't the only ones with something to answer for.
What'll it be,
Don't do it, Henry! It's not worth it!
Silence!
No. I refuse to sell out my friends. I would never sacrifice them just to save myself.
Fine. Have it your way. I'll get what I need to know out of you one way or another. See you tomorrow.
I knew you wouldn't agree to that. They were dumb for even thinking it would work.
Any engine who would agree to that kind of deal is no engine at all.
Agreed. But we all shouldn't be here either. We need to figure out an escape plan.
But how? We don't have any coal.
Look! There's a truck of it just sitting there.
That's from Sodor. I heard the twins stole it from the docks the same night they crashed me.
Well, that's great and all, but how are we supposed to get to it?
I think I can help with that.
Where should I leave these trucks, Scarloey?
Right there in the siding next to you should be just fine.
Thank you.
Oh, Diesel, before you go, have there been any updates on Henry?
None, unfortunately. We're still looking. Another problem is Lady was supposed to look on the mainland and report back. Only now, we haven't heard from her either in a few days.
Oh, this is only getting worse. Has Sir Topham done anything?
He's been trying to get in contact with the authorities on the mainland to launch a formal investigation. Maybe now with one of their own engines missing too, they'll take it seriously. Cinders and ashes! I just remembered something! What are you waffling about now, Peter Sam? That same night you said Henry went missing. I had just returned from my late-night passenger run when Henry passed through the station, only he was being led by two diesels. One was a bit smaller, but the other one was bigger. It was dark, so I couldn't quite make them out that well.
Oh, but I could.
Now what are you talking about?
That same night, I woke up to a loud motor sound. Even though it was very dark, I was able to make out the shape of a claw on the bigger diesel's roof. Now, I didn't see him pulling anything, so I just went back to sleep, and when I woke up, I thought it was only a dream.
A claw on the diesel's roof? Am I the only sane engine here? That makes no sense. Wait, a claw? You saw a claw on the diesel's roof? Oh no. Oh, grease and oil. What's the matter? Did you remember something? I have to go. I have to go right now. I need to find the others. Hey, you didn't even shunt your trucks. Cinders and ashes! Diesel, slow down! You're gonna have an accident at this rate.
What's troubling you, Dieel? You look as if you've seen a ghost. And you're quite out of breath. Is something wrong?
I came all the way from Croven's Gate. I need to... Whoa, Dieel! What is going on? I know where Henry is. You have to come with me now! Thank goodness for that truck of coal those Diesels left lying around. How careless of them.
How did you know to find us here?
I saw you the night they took you. I knew something was up, so I waited for the right moment to sneak out, got in my truck and drove as fast as I could. I was worried I'd be too late by now.
You know your father is going to be furious when you get back, and I've seen him angry before.
Well, I'm an adult, so thankfully I can do whatever I like. And frankly, I'd really like to get us all out of here alive.
What's the status of our ammunition? Everything is fully loaded and prepared for use. And our other munitions? Armed and ready. Excellent. Good work, Adrian. Tell the others to make their final preparations. It's almost time. What do you think they're talking about over there? I don't know. Who cares? I heard the boss is finally planning to scrap those tank engines anyway. I was just curious. Sometimes I wonder, though, if putting them all together like that is even a good idea. Why wouldn't it be? I thought I told you all to keep your mouths shut! Do you have any respect for authority? Oh, I ought to...
No!
Everyone, go! Go now!
Come on, you both can do it!
Oh!
What? Open fire, now!
No!
Watch out, Katie! Stay down until it's clear!
Oi! The steam engines! They're escaping! Ah!
Come on, after them!
We did it! We escaped!
Just follow me. I'll show you the way back to Sodor.